Welcome to Bad Guy Wrestling. And today, we're going to talk about the Elimination Chamber from the 2023 Elimination Chamber. We're going to talk about the matches, and then we're going to talk about the fallout and how this relates to Wrestlemania. So let's get into it. Overall, pretty good card. Not the best pay-per-view, but not a bad pay-per-view by any means. We had the undisputed WWE Universal Champion, Roman Reigns versus Sami Zayn in the main event. We also had two Elimination Chamber matches for the U.S. Championship, and then one for the women's, for the basically number one contendership for a shot at, what was it? This is for Bianca Belair and the Raw title. And then we had Edge and Beth Phoenix against part of the Judgment Day, Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley. And then Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley. So, I mean, some of it unexpected. Kind of thought that Rhea Ripley would pin Beth Phoenix to get the win, getting momentum to go into WrestleMania, but that's not the case. So perhaps it's just putting an end to the storyline because Edge and Beth Phoenix win versus Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley. There is interference in the match from Dom and everything, as you would expect. So entertaining match, but unexpected. Where do they go from there? Is the storyline done, or is this going to keep continuing out? I mean, you would think right now Rhea Ripley's focus would be on WrestleMania going here forward, so I'm not sure like they can redo this match. Perhaps Edge isn't finished yet with Finn Balor and Damian Priest and Dominic specifically. But you know, I don't know. I don't know where this goes. It was a good match though. Overall, I think it was very entertaining. Another one that I'm not sure exactly what's going on with this, Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley. Brock Lesnar loses by disqualification for a low blow hit, as it looks like he is going to lose the match from Lashley, as he has him in a hold. I believe it was the Hurt Locker, the full Nelson movie does. And so the weird thing about this match is that, I mean, for the first time in a long time, or maybe at all, you see Brock as kind of the underdog, the guy who's being chased and so forth. So, as for the conclusion to this feud doesn't make sense because it was pretty, lackluster. The match was okay in the beginning. But this was probably the down point for me in the pay-per-view. How does Bray Wyatt factor into this? Will this become a triple threat match at WrestleMania between the three of them? Or is there going to be some sort of finality to this? And I guess for storyline's sake, is Bray Wyatt going to go against Bobby Lashley here? So my prediction is, I mean, because Brock is part-time, I'm sure he'll be at WrestleMania, but how much will we get as a lead up to it? I don't feel like the storyline is done. I feel like we're only going to introduce more into it. So my prediction is probably triple threat or something like that, or in the next 4 weeks or 5 weeks, they have time to finish up the storyline and get a new one going. The Women's Elimination Chamber featured Raquel Rodriguez, Nikki Cross, Liv Morgan, Asuka, Natalya, and Carmella for the Elimination Chamber match. Asuka wins with this new personality, the Kanta. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right because I did not watch New Japan Wrestling when this was going on. I understand it's like kind of like a psycho clown, unhinged type character. Still don't get it quite all the way yet, but it is different for her, and really the what it really helps with her, it's not that the look is all that great. It is cool. I'm not, please don't take it that way, but it just makes it so she really doesn't have to talk, and that's perfect for Asuka. I mean, when we had the "you're not ready for Asuka" and kind of. And there's nothing to blame against her, but, you know, she's not that great of a English speaker, which is fine. So what I do like about it then is they give her the ability to perform and tell stories without having to speak a lot. So this is why I really like it, and this is why I picked her to win this match, mostly because I thought this was the logical storyline in it, that now she goes and challenges at WrestleMania for a title picture against Bianca Belair. What's the point of any of the Raquel Rodriguez? Okay, what's the point? Nikki Cross, okay, Liv Morgan, Natalia, Carmella, none of it matters. But who needs development on this new character is Asuka. She needs more screen time. She needs to be going against something that matters and developing a storyline for the next 4 to 5 weeks, so that we have a reason to care about this new character. I mean, if you're deep into the weeds and you know about this character, you're already invested. But for somebody else who's more casual to it, you don't care about this character yet. You might the way it look, or you might not like the way she looks with this character, but you don't have really any investment into it probably. So good choice on that. I like it. United States Championship Elimination Chamber, good. I liked it. I thought Montez Ford kind of stole parts of this match. I mean, I posted on Twitter that scene from Deadpool where the guy is where they're all jumping in and parachuting in, but for when he was on the top of that cage and he falls down onto everyone, that was pretty crazy. Montez Ford, man, are they pulling him away from? Are they pulling him away from the tag team division? Are they gonna break up the Street Profits? I hope not. I don't know how. If they're gonna make him a singles competitor, fine, but they better have the Street Profits there anyways. I don't care, because I love the Street Profits, but damn, he's definitely more starting to get more over. He's completely changed his body. His athletic ability is great. He's entertaining. So definitely on the rise. It makes sense that he's competing for a United States Championship within there. As for the rest of the guys, Seth Rollins, I mean, he's kind of time for him to be done with this. So Austin Theory wins and retains the title, which makes sense. Gargano had no shot. Bronson Reed probably never mattered in this. Damian Priest, maybe. But really, we needed to end this feud between Austin Theory and Seth Rollins, with Austin retaining the title this whole time. So overall, good. Where does he go from there? Seth Rollins obviously has somewhere to go with this, with Jake Paul coming in and basically determining the match. So the very end of here, we have Austin Theory versus Seth Rollins in the Elimination Chamber. They're wheeling Montez Ford out as a way to get the chamber open. So he got curb stomped onto the side, and now they're bringing him out. And Jake Paul comes running in, Logan Paul starts running in, and he delivers his own curb stomp to Seth Rollins. So there we go. We have it set up. We know where we're going now. Austin Theory, Seth Rollins is done. Where does Austin Theory go? I don't know, but what we're focusing now, Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul at WrestleMania, which is exciting. I don't know how you feel. You might hate Logan Paul. You probably do, because he's so good to hate. But the reality is this is going to be a good performance. And so really much looking forward to it. I think this was a great way. They kind of hyped it up with the podcast interviews and things like that, kind of the back and forth. So it's starting to make sense why this would happen. And then Logan Paul, going to be the new king of controversy here, comes in. He's really, I mean, how did anyone see him being such a good performer? I didn't, but he really is. I mean, he's athletic, but it's really, I think it's probably the YouTube aspect of it, that he's been on camera and he just knows how to work it. And that's awesome. So overall, very much like the United States Championship Elimination Chamber match. The outcome makes sense. Where we go from there, we'll see. And then finally, let's get into the main event, the Undisputed Championship. Roman Reigns versus Sami Zayn. And so they're a really good match. I mean, you have two things here: how over Sami Zayn is, had the crowd just going crazy for him and the explosion for everything. He deserves it. Not that deserving anything matters in wrestling, but he does deserve it. I'm glad to see. And he deserves it not because of being Canadian. He deserves it because he's been killing it this last year. And that's why he deserves it, because the storyline has made him deserve it. And then Roman Reigns is killing it in the opposite. This guy has become the ultimate heel. He really is. You hate him, that is fine. You're supposed to hate him. But what you really need to appreciate is why you hate him, because he's given you the reason to hate him. He does so much with just the way he presents himself. He doesn't even have to talk all that much to come across as this arrogant, cocky person. But then he's got the skill set to back it up and everything. So really, you have two forces colliding here, and both playing their part perfectly. And so that's why, I mean, this match was absolutely beautiful as far as the storytelling aspect of it. Sami Zayn loses in Montreal. And so pretty much a standard thing of wrestling is the good guy loses in his hometown and things like that. So did anyone really think that he was going to win this match? No. I did think there was going to be a little bit more interference. There was, of course, the chair shots and all that kind of stuff. But for overall, pretty much you can go with the fact that Roman Reigns has beaten Sami Zayn cleanly, that type of thing, just for storyline's sake. It's not, of course, wasn't a clean match, but he is the clear-cut winner of this. What's interesting is really afterwards here, when you have Jay and Jimmy coming out, and then Jay refusing to use the chair on Sami Zayn, and then Kevin Owens coming out to stop him and defend Sami, and then what were some of the accidental spear from Sami Zayn into Jimmy, and then or no, it was Jay. I don't know, they're twins. Sometimes I forget. And then of course you have Kevin Owens. So setting up the fact that probably the main event or not the main event, the storyline here is going to be a tag team match at WrestleMania. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Bloodlines Usos. So there we go. We got the pay-per-view. Good. I mean, it was a shorter pay-per-view. How many matches? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matches. I mean, not that much. But I'm going to give it an A. I'm giving this A minus maybe. A minus because the Brock Lesnar, Bobby Lashley one was kind of I don't know, just did not like the way it is. Main event, good. United States champion, good. The women's elimination chamber match, good, pretty good. I mean, it was I would say, well, actually, there were certain aspects in there, certain characters within, like Carmella, I didn't think was going to be that great, but she was really good. Same, Natalya was awesome. The Edge and Beth Phoenix match was fantastic, and then again the Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley. If it wasn't for Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley, I'd probably give the over thing a really good review. So maybe A minus, just because of that one. But overall, really good. And so the second part of this analysis, where do we go from here? Well, I mean, we've got basically 3 matches at WrestleMania completely set up. Now, again, this is a 2-night event, so 3 matches isn't even part of one night. Well, it's part of one night, but it isn't even like, it's probably not even half of one night in here. So what do we got? Well, we have the women's, the Monday Night Raw Women's Championship match, which is going to be Bianca Belair versus Asuka. And then we have the other women's SmackDown Championship. We have Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley. So those 2 are done, and then we have a third match that is confirmed, the Undisputed WWE Universal Championship match, Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. And now some of the projected ones, probably the tag team titles, Usos and Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. Probably, we'll see. Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul, pretty much guaranteed. So what do we do with some of the championships? United States Championship, Intercontinental Championship, and then the Women's Tag Team Championship. So they'll probably all be defended. My guess with the Women's Tag is they seem like they're backing off the Bayley and Becky Lynch angle. So where I thought that might be where they were going to go. Who knows where that Ronda and Shayna are definitely getting a push. So that might make a lot of sense, is to have Damage Control versus Ronda and Shayna there. As far as it does, at first I thought they were going to do a lot with Judgment Day. It seems like they're pulling back on that. So within that, do we have a follow-up? So we had Finn Balor. So Beth Phoenix is not going to probably be going to WrestleMania because Rhea Ripley is going to be there for a championship match. So Edge is there. So does Edge go against one of the Judgment Day members? Either Dominic or, which probably not the case. But so probably not Damian Priest because he wasn't even involved in that match. And so it's probably... I don't know. It's probably, I mean, I've seen this speculation before. So Edge versus Finn Balor at WrestleMania. So then that leaves, what do we do with Dominic then? I think he's deserving a storyline, deserving of a match. Probably with the Valentine's Day kind of pick up on there. Why don't we have a final match to decide who's the top Mysterio with Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio at WrestleMania? I think that would be good. So then moving on, United States Championship. So Austin Theory is going to have to go through somebody. And so I've read some of the speculation. Is it John Cena? I mean, who's he going to face if he comes there? He's got to keep this streak alive, right? I don't know. And then the other area is, who is Bray Wyatt going to face? Either Brock Lesnar or Bobby Lashley. I already gave my thoughts. A triple threat match in there, but probably not. It's probably going to be Bobby Lashley. And then who's the Intercontinental Champion? Who's Gunther going to face as well? Other players in here, Damian Priest. I could see him either going United States Champion or Intercontinental Champion, perhaps, within there. And then the rest are kind of fill out. And then where does Stone Cold? Is he going to come back? Is he going to have a match at the WrestleMania and so forth? So I would say we have 3 matches right now set up, and then we have probably another 3 or 4 that are no-brainers at this point. So maybe one night of WrestleMania. Obviously, they won't all be on the same night, but we have essentially one night of 2 nights filled. So probably in the next week or two, we'll fill the rest out here. So looking forward to it. And if you haven't seen my show before, I'm going to be at WrestleMania. We got tickets. We're flying out to Los Angeles. Excuse me, and it's going to be awesome. So pretty invested into this at this point. And actually Elimination Chamber. So one of the things is usually these shows can kind of be a letdown or something because they don't want to, have too much going. But overall, Elimination Chamber, really good grade. Helped to further the storyline. Looking forward to Raw as well to see what's going to happen. So this is a Bad Guy Wrestling. And I hope you enjoyed this recap and predictions and analysis. So please like and subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you later.